So it should be live. We're live, right? Should be good. We're good. What's up, chat? Everybody sees me? Hear me okay? Let me know. Everybody hear me? Just thumbs up. Sounds good? Great. I just want to make sure. So Khalif is going to be hosting the stream by APC, and I am watching it, and I'm going to have an unboxing of this like right after. So should be good. Oh, is Nightbot not working? Uh-oh. Nightbot's not working. Let me see if I can fix this super quick. Hey, what is going on? Thank you for everyone that is hanging out with me. And I'm saying allow. Yeah. It's in there. Hold on. Let's try it again here. Is this not working? Should be working. All right, let's try this again. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work either. I'm just testing out a command. I'm gonna start here in 1 minute. It's like, of course, this all goes down as soon as I'm ready. All right, so let's try this again. PC, and there we go. So that is the actual link to check out the APC unit that we're about to see on Spawn on Me, if you care to do so. So let me put this over here. I'm literally just waiting for him to go live, and then I'll switch over. So like I said, I'll be unboxing this after the event is done. I'm going to switch screens here in just a second. All right, looks like he is going live here. And you should be hearing it. Just want to make sure. And if you guys want to tweet this out, I'd really appreciate it. All right, so we should be good. Yep, share this out with your friends. Would really appreciate that.
Welcome everybody to a very special Spawn on Me stream. I am your host, Kah Adams. This is the Spawn on Me podcast channel. Again, I am Kah Adams. I'll be rocking with you, showcasing a very, very special piece of gear for all of you at home who tuned in this afternoon to be able to come and hang out with us here in Chicago. Again, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for coming through. You know, there are going to
Let me know if the sound's okay on this.
Streaming along with us today while we get to talk to the wonderful folks from APC about their new piece of tech. Thank you for all of you who are at home streaming this alongside with us, and for everybody who's come along with us for the ride to be able to say, hey, we have some cool stuff to show. We want to be able to do that here first on our channel here at Spawn on Me. So before we get into any of the goods, again, I have to say it is a fantastic ability for us to be able to do this. Huge shout out to the folks over at APC. Huge shout out to the folks over at Power Spike for believing in us and letting us be the folks to be able to help debut this piece of gear for all of you at home. And without further ado, I want to showcase a quick video that shows you exactly why this piece of gear from APC is something that you definitely should have to make sure that all of your equipment stays safe and that if anything goes wrong, you are backed up to the fullest ability. So let's get into that really quickly and showcase that before we get into our conversation with our wonderful guests from APC.
Think your gaming setup is complete? What if there's a power disruption? Like a blackout that interrupts your progress, or a surge that threatens your gear? Introducing APC Backups Pro Gaming. The battery backup that's made for gamers. Designed to fit in seamlessly with your setup. And show everything you need to know about your power protection at a glance. It's reliable power that's as relentless as your performance. The new Backups Pro Gaming from APC. Power protection that keeps you protected, connected, and in the game.
So I'll let Khalid do the talking, but I've been beta testing this for the past few months. So it's pretty neat features they have on this. Absolutely check it out.
Please welcome to the Spawn on Me stream, Global Product Marketing Manager Christian Enriquez, and Thomas Eck, Media Relations Manager. Thank you so much for coming through today and showing us all the wonderful goodies that you have with the APC new device that you have shown us today. Super excited to talk about this with all of you today. How you all doing?
Good. Thank you.
Good. So, for folks at home who are new to the devices that you all make, of course, I am super familiar with this. I am a IT professional at heart. I've been doing that work for a very long time, so I understand what UPSs do and why those things are important. But the ABC Back UPS Pro Gaming device is a little bit different in that way. I want you to kind of go through the conversation about, why this device was brought to the market, what you're trying to do with this, and why gamers at home who are paying attention to the stream and watching should be having this in terms of a piece of their gaming gear. Christian, go on ahead. I'll let you start that off.
Yeah, I mean, we're very, very excited to bring this piece of gear to the market. I mean, it's been a little bit of a long road, but we are excited. We are excited to bring this. And I think it's because, I mean, Tom can chime in a little bit about, APC and Schneider Electric and its history in power protection. He can mention that in a little bit. But first and foremost, I mean, we have been historically backing people's power up in many different industries and IT and network infrastructure and everything. And it just felt like we had some units for personal home usage and some offices, but we didn't have one particularly for gaming. And it just kind of dawned on me and the team here at APC that we can't just give them like, hey, just grab this backups for personal home use. But what does it mean to actually bring a unit that actually means gaming? But what else can we add to the market, and keeping the gamers in the game and connected and always protected?
Yeah, Thomas, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this from that side of the fence.
No, I'm really excited about this product myself because it really represents, kind of as Christian said, that most recent evolution of the company and the technology that we're bringing out. APCs was formed about 40 years ago, and it's really become the industry standard in reliable power and physical IT infrastructure. So over those 4 decades, we've continued to innovate, bring new products to market, and really help to kind of be, again, that industry standard in supporting reliable power supplies and power support for electronics.
Yeah, I know from, being here in the Pacific Northwest, we've had lots of different issues with weather and losing power often because of, fires and all the things that 2020 has brought in that way. I want to go into some of the features, Christian, and talk about those, because I think for the folks who are at home and who are going to be paying attention and who are watching and going to be unboxing theirs a little bit later after this stream, I want them to be able to talk to their audiences about some of the major features that you have implemented into this monster of a device. Share some of the cool things that come along with this one.
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing was in the game, right? We have protected, we keep you connected, but what does it mean to be in the game? And we right from the design, as you can see here, right at this, just at the slant, we're saying that it's patented design, 160-degree angle, and that's very important just right from the start, because traditional, if you had even a Backups Pro or UPSs with the LD screen in the front, it's small, you can't see it. I mean, like it beeps, and like if you're in the game and it goes off and you're trying to figure out how much power you have left, you're like crouched over the chair. It's not a good experience. So it was keeping the gamers in the game. And what did that mean? And it was trying to create, number one, gamers need to know at a literal moment's notice how much power they have, right? Because you're in a game, like for example, I personally play Overwatch. So if I'm playing Overwatch and I'm like coordinating with my team, I'm playing competitive and everything, and my power goes out, I don't have time to crouch over or something and try to look for the LCD screen. At the same time, I'm communicating and coordinating with my team. So it was, first feature was, get that angle right. If you notice at the specific angle, you can put it on top, you can put it below, you can put it to the left, you can have it 20 feet away in a living room, and you can still see that display. And now that leads me to the patented circle, which is this big circle here. We want it actually times down. Believe it or not, on backup power, it actually times down, and it shows you live how much power you have. So literally, if you're playing and literally in your peripheral, I can see in my peripheral how much time I have just based on the clock. So, I mean, that's one big feature in terms of literally that at a glance feeling that gamers can see at a glance how much time they have and still be immersed in their game.
I mean, that's awesome. I think one of the coolest parts of this was that when I first got a chance to see the device, and I have one here, it's heavy. Yeah. First of all, this thing is massive in terms of size, which again leads to talking about.
Absolutely want to hook your router up to
and
this.
talking to you, Thomas, about not only just the thoughtfulness of design that Christian kind of led into, but APC, for all of its existence, has believed in quality. It's constantly been talked about across multiple folks that I've worked with in the IT space, and now bringing this to the gamer space. Talk a little bit about that side of the conversation, which I think is really important for folks who are on the gamer side, who may not necessarily be super informed about APC, about what quality means to you all.
Same.
No, very much so. It's something that we've prided ourselves on from the very beginning. We've continued to develop this product in a way that it would be robust and really provide that extra layer of protection that the gamers need. But that also goes back to our history, continuing to innovate. And as part of Schneider Electric, we've really expanded into all areas of energy management, from data center technology through clinical power solutions. So it really is something that has a history across different industries, and now we're bringing it to gaming to benefit this area as well.
Awesome. I think one of the coolest parts of the device that I saw was, when you talked about it and I first got a chance to see it, it was, the aesthetic is beautiful. Like as a piece of gear that you want to have connected to, and a lot of gamers and a lot of streamers at this point have so many things they're showing off, not only in their background, but in parts of their cameras.
You can check it out.
The fact that you have not only just a beautiful looking machine, but a super functional machine in the way that the aesthetics play into that, with the RGB lights and how those are parts of, telling you as the consumer and as the gamer what's happening with your power consumption and all those things. I want to go into that a little bit, Christian, about what those things mean and why that's important too.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, personally, I think it looks beautiful. I think it looks nice, and aesthetics, it matters. I mean, personally, I have my whole setup with blue RGBs,
and are replaceable.
I mean, and we want it to look and fit into the part, and so that's why we included the RGB. We have 12 different colors, but when we first designed this, we were just like, well, we can't just slap RGBs on it. I mean, that's not, especially here at Schneider, that's not how we do things. We don't just slap RGBs and call it a day. We want it to be functional. We want it to be immersive. We want it to be more meaningful. So that's why we included the functionality. Like even if there's a surge, the light actually pulsates a couple of times. If there's a wiring fault, your LEDs actually go red. And if there's power dips, it actually dims down a little bit. And even in the rear of the Backups Pro gaming, there actually is like an illumination rear LED that actually syncs with the front and illuminates the outlets. There's no longer you're in the dark, like fumbling trying to plug things in. You can finally see in the back where you're plugging things in. Like I swear, every time I plug something in, I feel like there's a hand just blocking me, you know. And that's how it feels like. But now it's like you can see it. You can plug things in safely. You know, and that's a thing that's really important to us. So that's why, you know, there is functionality to these RGBs. And it looks cool, and that's what we were hoping for, you know, and it fits into that. We don't want this to be some thing you stick under the desk or hide in the closet. We want this to be, you know, part of your system, and I feel like we did a decent job at that. We're pretty proud of it.
Thomas, I'd love to hear a little bit more of your thoughts around why, you know, gamers have been using this gear for a long time,
confirmed,
and doesn't necessarily have something that's specifically towards them necessarily in that space. When you were all having those conversations in those closed door meetings about like how we want to start to market this towards this particular segment, what were some of the conversations that you had there? And I'm curious to hear what some of those thoughts are.
Well, I think it really kind of, as Christian had mentioned, it kind of went to, you know, both the importance of gaming, how that's really evolved. People are not spending, you know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes gaming. They're spending much longer amounts of time. They're spending more money on their gaming systems. And they realize this is not just, this is really a larger part of their lives. So what we wanted to do is be able to bring them a piece of technology that helps kind of support that and keep that area safe, you know, really to be there for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that, again, like as a person who has been doing this work for a fairly long time and feels like they understand their way around a PC
not 100%
and understanding what you shouldn't plug into whatever other things you shouldn't plug those things into.
I'm not sure if it does.
It feels nice to be able to have a device that I can trust, to be able to say, like, I can throw all my most important gear into this and not have a worry that something's going to short it out or freak it out in that way. Christian, I'm curious because I know that there is some tech that is very specific, or there's something that you've touted when promoting this, and that's synwave power. I'm curious to hear a little bit about what that may be.
Yeah, sine wave. Yeah, so that's one of the things that we want to say that it's important, particularly in higher sensitive equipment. And one of the biggest differentiators from just a regular UPS versus a Backups Pro, or even the Backups Pro gaming, is that it includes sine wave tech. And what does that mean? Essentially is that usually, like when you get in power from the utility, it goes up and down, like a nice smooth form wave, right? And you know, the bit more basic units, they kind of move up and down the square, and that kind of leaves power gaps. Mm-hmm. And what happens is when you have like a high competitive high-end gaming computer like Corsair, it's APFC, right? And if it notices, even like when it's doing like power factor correction, if it notices even like a little dip in the power gap or like the square, it would immediately shut off. So that kind of takes away the point of having a battery backup power if it does that. So what sine wave does, it helps, it mimics that utility, nice smooth sine wave. So it provides more stable power on battery backup, and especially with the new Xbox coming out, the new PS5 coming out. They're very, very, you know, sensitive to power, and the sine wave is going to help that keep, you know, running nice and smoothly, especially when the power goes out.
I mean, I know I'm lucky enough to already have an Xbox Series X, so I'm definitely I need to make sure nothing goes wrong with that bad boy. So I will be plugging that into this. I know we're almost out of time. It's quick. It's run really, really fast. I want to talk a little bit, let's go through the speed round of all the features that they can find on this piece of gear. I think that's really important for folks who are at home to be able to know all the things they're going to get. I know there are 10 ports on the back of this for you to be able to plug in devices, and what are some of the other things that you would want to level up to people? Yeah,
so first and foremost is, again, we'll go through the whole thing. So it's at a glance, it's the 160-degree angle. We have the reactor circle, and to add an extra note, the RGB, when it's on battery backup power, it ticks down with traffic light schematic. So if it's above 50%, it's green. If it's 50 to 20%, it's yellow. If it's below 20%, it's red. So you can kind of see this. We have that extra functionality in the RGB. We have USB ports in the front here. We have USB-C and USB-A. In the back, it comes with 10 outlets. 6 of them are battery backup. 4 of them are search only. And if people that buy this unit or the streamers that are looking at it, look at when you're plugging it in, be careful, because we have it on the back where it shows battery backup outlets. And then we have a small little note saying search only outlets. And keep in mind, if you plug it in the search only outlets and then the power goes out or you test it and you're like, oh, there's no power to my machine. It's probably make sure it's, plug in the proper outlets in the back. But it has 10 outlets, 6 battery backup, 4 search only. It has sine wave. It also has AVR. So that's really important, especially if you're in a place where it has a little bit power that's unstable. That will actually increase wear and tear on your sensitive electronics. So that AVR, what it does is make sure that it's an automatic voltage regulation and make sure it keeps it in that safe levels. So it helps actually with longevity in terms of your your gaming gear, especially the Xbox and gaming PC. And we have a couple functional buttons here. Has like about 10 different menus. So you can show us how much load you have live, what's your runtime live, events that happened. And you can cycle through all 12 colors with the light function here, as you can see.
So I can match it to my gear.
Yes. So you can go through all the different colors. We have 12 of them.
Just remind
us. And I think pretty much that sums at least a majority of the features that it has
in my hands.
That's fantastic. I think this is something that most folks don't think about initially when they're thinking about building out their gear or building out their streaming studio, or it's that kind of crucial piece of gear that people just kind of overlook. But it's great that you have all thought about this and continue to think about this in ways that benefit gamers in real ways. And Thomas, before we get up out of here, if there's one thing that you want folks to understand about not only this particular device, but about again APC and their pedigree, what's that thing that you'd want to share with folks at home?
Well, I think it's really about the history of the company and the trust that we've built across industries. I think as we enter into the gaming space, we're a name and a product that they can trust, given our history. We've been doing this for 40 years. We introduced our first UPS about 35 years ago and won awards for it. So since that time, we've continued to evolve the technology, and we think we really have a product right now that is key for gamers, that's really going to provide what they need to keep their systems safe.
Well, I'm going to try to lift this thing again. It's about the size of 2 small babies, but it's fantastic. And again, like this, I feel like when I even just pick this thing up and put it back down, that quality of craftsmanship is there. The ability that you've thought of, not only from a nuts and bolts perspective, but from a technical usage and feature set that you've given to folks who are going to be using this and putting this into their home. It is really a fantastic piece of kit. And I'm excited that when I get a chance to plug this bad boy in a minute and throw everything else into it, that I know everything that I've spent so much money on is going to be safe. So I'm really excited about that thing. Any last words for the folks at home who are watching on the stream and folks who are going to be picking this up later on in this year, Christian?
This is Schneider Electric's first time creating a new gaming unit. We're very excited. Please stay safe. If you want more information, go to apc.com/gaming. You can find all the extra details. We can go all into runtime, plugging in your router, what it means to stay live, and of course, stay protected, connected, and in the game.
Awesome. Christian and Thomas, thank you so much for coming by the stream today and blessing us here at Spawn on Me with your presence and getting a chance to talk about the APC Backups Pro gaming device. Again, folks at home, this is a very cool piece of kit. I think if you're thinking about making sure that your gear is safe, especially during times when we're having so many brownouts and so many different things happening on the power grid, this is something that you definitely want to make sure you have within your system and powering all your gear before you go live. So again, thank you everybody for that. Gents, thank you so much for your time. And everybody at home, thank you so much for coming by today. Again, this is super fun. We love being able to showcase stuff like this on our streams and having people come by and showcasing their gear on our channel. So if you are one of those folks who is looking for more information, again, check out the link that Christian shared. Check out all the stuff that's happening right now on social. All the wonderful folks who are at home who are about to unbox theirs and show theirs off to their communities. Please do so and have fun with it, because again, that's what all this gaming industry stuff is all about. It's all about having fun and showing off really cool stuff for everybody at home. So until then, we say peace to you all. Much love to you all. Definitely come back when you have a chance to the Spawn channel. Again, thank you to APC. Thank you to Power Spike. And we will see you all very, very soon.
All right. Thank you, Khalif, for that. That was awesome. All right. So I am just going to go ahead and minimize this. And let's get out of this. Minimize that. I am going to unbox this thing right now. So actually, let me pull up one other thing. I hope you guys can still hear me okay while I'm doing this. But yeah, this is the APC backup UPS Pro gaming unit. This thing is a flipping tank. Hold on. I want to make sure I get this right here. Like I said, this thing is a tank. We'll put this over here so I can see what I am doing on the camera so you guys can see. Oh my God, this thing is huge. I hope you hear me okay. Can you raise the volume a little? Can you not hear me before I keep going? I want to make sure I got good volume. What about that? Can you hear me okay? Okay, sounds good now. Like I said, this thing is freaking huge. This thing is huge. You see the box. Oh my God. I'm like half afraid to put it on my desk because I think I might drop this thing. So let's unbox it now. I'm going to unbox it. Yeah, I had a beta unit for about 2 months, I want to say. I had it for 2 months and I've been able to use it here in my home. Like I said, everything I have here in my office has been connected to it. My PCs, you know, if I have a console in here, like even the camera you're watching right now was plugged into it. My router has been plugged into it, which again is very key on the router. Let me see if I can tilt this down a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Like I said, this thing is huge. Yeah, half a PlayStation 5. So obviously this is the instructions here. You guys, about all that stuff. Like I said, this thing is big, man. Also, this one is white. So, but again, we're talking about the routers. Why that's important to have it plugged into the router. It's very important because if you have a power outage and your router is still connected and you're getting power, you won't lose connectivity as long as, like, obviously your ISP doesn't go down or something like that. So, you know, very important to keep your router connected. I'm taking the plastic off of this thing so you can see. My God, this thing is freaking heavy, dude. Let's just take all this off. Doing this all real time. All right, let's take this off. Throw the plastic out of here. All right, so here's the unit. This is the unit. Here's the back of it that they were talking about. You have 10 on here. 6 of them are for battery power, then the other 4 are for surge protected. You have your 2 coaxial here. You also have Ethernet here as well. This also has USB ports on the front, 2 3.0 and 1 USB-C. This thing is so heavy. Like I said, I'm almost afraid to put this on my desk. I'm going to put it down for just a second. But like I said, it was, again, thank you to APC, Schneider Electric, and Power Spike for allowing me to be a part of this. But again, they're obviously catering this towards the gaming crowd, right? That's why it has the RGB lighting on here. But it's also important because this all lights up here in the front. This is your readout. This is going to basically let you know the health of everything that's happening with your connected devices. If your power does go out, this is going to give you a countdown to let you know. So just go through some of the features they talk about. There's 12 RGB lighting features. There's that reactor circle, like I said, 160-degree slant, so it's easy to read. We also are showing off, I wanted to get into one quick thing. So yeah, so one thing they were talking about as an example, like, well, how much time will I have on this? They use as an example, say you got a 55-inch TV and an Xbox with your router connected to this. It'll stay powered on for around about 25 minutes, but it's obviously going to vary Like if I have my PC connected, it's going to use more power, might use less power, Nintendo Switch. So it might be longer, might be a little less, but that 25-minute gauge kind of gives you something to go by. But the important part of this is you're protecting your devices. You're protecting them obviously from surge protection. You're getting surge protection, I should say. And you're also, if there is a power outage, like with your PC, you can gracefully shut it down and you don't damage anything that's in your PC. Anybody in the IT world knows this. This is why the fact that APC is the one behind this, they're a very trusted vendor that everyone uses in the IT world because that's what they do. They protect your systems, they protect your equipment. And as we're now getting here into the next generation of gaming, it's more important than ever to want to protect your Series X, your PlayStation 5, these expensive ass PCs we got, you know, like you're getting these new GPUs, everything. You can plug it into this device and you don't have to worry about a power surge. You have a power outage in your home. You'll give you time to gracefully shut these devices down. So again, it's heavy, but it needs to be heavy because like I said, the battery's in here. Let's see if I can, I'm going to open this up really quick. And see, it's pretty easy to take out. So I'm not going to connect it right now. Matter of fact, because I want you to see it, I'm going to put this down. This thing is heavy. I swear the battery's like most of the weight. This is the battery right here. I don't know if the camera is actually focusing in on, so you can kind of see a little better. But this is the battery. And like I said, this is replaceable. There's a couple cables in here you need to connect once you initially want to set it up. And this is everything that is protecting your devices during a power outage. So, like I said, pretty awesome product. I want to thank Power Spike. I want to thank APC Schneider Electric for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this. Again, I'm trying to adjust my camera a little bit so you guys can see me. But chat room, people are in there. Any questions on this that I may have missed that you have about this unit? Yeah, 31 pounds. Like I said, it's not light. And again, like Death Weep is saying in here, this is an investment. I mean, okay, you're like, oh, it's a stupid battery, but no, this is an actual investment. Again, anyone in the IT world will tell you, you want to protect your equipment. You don't want surprises with power outages or surge protection. And how much is it? Actually, I don't want to fudge the price on this. I want to make sure I get the right price. Give me 1 second. Yeah, right now you could go to Amazon. I'm gonna literally give you the link in the chat. You go to Amazon right now and get this for $300, which is pricey. Yes, I get it, but again, it's an investment. It's something you want to invest in to protect your equipment. So here's the link. I put the link in the chat here. You can check that out. Yeah. And again, for people that want to read up on this more, I will also put this. Go to APC. Check it out there. Any other questions on this? Yeah, again, they're targeting gamers on this. They're targeting people that are streamers, content creators, people that are going to have a lot of equipment in their office. Like right now, I'm running 3 monitors. I have a gaming PC in here. I have a high-end camera. I have a laptop. It's like I have lighting. I have all these things in here that will be connected to this. Again, my router is in here as well. So you have to look at it, like I said, again, as an investment to protect your equipment against power surges and obviously power outages. But I think it's a fantastic product. Like I said, I've been using it the past couple months. It's not as heavy now since I took the battery out. But again, you can see, you know, like I said, here are all the outlets and everything. Right? And like I said, all this lights up. This is an indicator for everything that you're going to be able to have a read, know how much power you got left, know how much consumption that you're getting from particular devices that are plugged in. Everything's on here. And also, this thing does have an Audible Alarm as well if you need it, but you can disable that if you want. I would suggest keeping it enabled just in case something does happen, and then it'll give you an indicator to know if you're not looking. And for those asking about me, yes, I am okay. For those that have obviously known what's been going on with me, I'm actually going to be traveling starting tomorrow. and going to be with my family to pay respects to my mother, who passed away about a week and a half ago. So it's been a crazy few weeks, as you can imagine, but trying to keep myself busy, which is why I still wanted to do this stream, and I've tried to be as active as possible, but I appreciate all the kind words. But again, going back to this, I hope I answered all your questions. You got to see the unboxing. I'll show you the battery again. This thing is a flipping tank. It is heavy as you know what, but this is a worthy investment. I wouldn't say this lightly as someone who's been in IT over 20 years and understand the importance of protecting servers and other networking equipment. Bringing this to the gaming side just seems like a natural fit. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the session with Khalif. He knocked it out of the park. He's a fantastic host. Hope you got the information you need. Obviously, I showed you the unboxing here. I tried to answer everything as best I could. Anything I miss, obviously reach out to me via social media at Vicious696. I'll be more than happy to answer it there. Leave comments here in this video. I'll try and answer what I can as well. But I do appreciate everyone hanging out for this. Again, this is the APC Back UPS Pro Gaming Unit. And this is a backup battery and surge protector for all your gaming devices. So again, this is Paris. Thank you guys for hanging out for the stream. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the future. Thank you for checking this out. See you soon.